Happy Apple product release, everybody. The best time of the year. Let's dive into this news like I dive into a bucket of KFC, relentlessly and viciously. So we posted an episode yesterday before the new Macs were announced. I know, just our luck, huh? Naturally, we got comments like, so, did you guys see what Apple announced today? But, do you pay attention? Some of you saw it. We posted a tiny little one-frame Easter egg in the show yesterday. If you stopped right at 33 seconds in, you could find this frame, giving you the heads up that a drop was incoming. So you know what that means, right? Right? I have a thunder! I am no longer here to tell you about the news of today, but instead, the news of tomorrow. It's official. Apple finally announced a refresh for the ever-so-popular 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pro, this time with a sparkly new M2 Pro and M2 Max chip. And they are awesome, as expected, but not as expected. They're still 5 nanometer. So, boo. This has been a long time coming, with all sorts of reports going back months and months saying that, okay, now the new MacBook Pros are coming. Actually, no, wait. Okay, now. No, still no. Okay. So, I don't know. To finally have them is just so relieving. Like finding a unicorn. Except this unicorn has a MacBook. In fact, it took so long that guys, I'm pretty sure that this was supposed to be announced last year. Weirdly, Apple posted, I guess an announcement video on their YouTube channel when these dropped yesterday, and the video looks like it was ripped straight out of an event that never happened. Possibly that October event that was rumored, but then never came. So instead of just wasting the footage, they used it for this announcement video that definitely was not planned last minute. Anyway, here we are. We made it. We made it, boys. New MacBook Pros. And as you can tell, yes, this is the same design from the previous models, the 14 and 16-inch models, which, to be honest, doesn't need to go anywhere. Whatever nonsense drug trip happened when Apple decided to make the 13-inch M1 MacBook Pro is thankfully in the past, because this current design, the same one shared by the M2 MacBook Air, is just wow. Never did I think I would actually give in to finally liking the notch on a MacBook. But here we are. Is this what Stockholm Syndrome is? So if the outsides are the same, then what about the insides, Papa Jerd? Well, per usual, the fastest MacBook Pro ever. Apple has the typical, boasts for how fast these things are. The new MacBook Pros include the M2 Pro chip and the M2 Max chip, the follow-up from the M1 Pro and M1 Max. Quote, M2 Pro scales up the architecture of M2 to deliver an up to 12-core CPU and up to 19-core GPU, together with up to 32 gigabytes of fast unified memory. M2 Max builds on the capabilities of the M2 Pro, including an up to 38-core GPU, double the unified memory bandwidth, and up to 96 gigabytes of unified memory in this? Not what? Timothy Cook, you dog. Good Lord, my son, that is a lot of memory. Are we trying to hack the Pentagon? NASA? The moon? Are we trying to hack the entire moon, Apple? Maybe with this we can actually land on the moon, but for real this time. I'm just kidding. Oh my god. That is joke. A joke just happened. All right? Oh, I hate myself. But seriously, though, these performance metrics are exciting to see. Apple says that we can expect a 40% speed increase for the M2 Pro over the previous M1 Pro for tasks like image processing in Photoshop, and around a 25% fastness increase in Xcode. Also, keep in mind, right, that the M1 Pro was already substantially faster than the days of Intel and the MacBook Pro, and these things are some seriously fast machines. I bet I can even run Minecraft with all that much dedicated RAM.
What's the recommended amount of dedicated RAM I should have?
And that's just the M2 Pro. Guys, the M2 Max obviously is even faster. Like, for instance, due to the M2 Max having 2 video encode engines and 2 ProRes engines, they get you up to 2 times faster video encoding than the M2 Pro. Like, what? How do we just keep doubling speeds, Tim? Like, every time we have Apple Silicon, after a year, you're just like, yeah, okay, double it, whatever. It's like Tim saw double stuffed Oreo and was like, yeah, but what if computer? So getting away from speeds, because of the numbers, they almost don't mean anything anymore. They're so fast. The new M2 Pro and M2 Max chips somehow, miraculously, and maybe full of devil magic, I don't know, have the longest battery life yet? Apple is actually boasting up to a 22-hour battery life for the new MacBook Pro. I'm sorry, excuse me? What? So let me get this clear. That's 22, like 2 2s, 1 2, and then a 2 right after that, like 20 plus 2 less amount than a whole day amount. You know, I've never really been a MacBook guy. In fact, the M2 Air has actually been my first, like, dedicated MacBook that I use all the time, but maybe there's something here for Jared. I don't know, maybe there'll be a 16-inch MacBook Pro, not a review in the future. I don't know. You let me know if that is something that you want. I don't know. Along with these crazy new MacBook Pros is a crazy new MacBook Pro price. These start at $2,000. Also, in their usual Apple magic, you can order them literally yesterday or today, whatever. They were announced, and you can order them, and they'll show up next week on the 24th. Wow, okay, so that was intense. I can't even imagine the logistics of this whole thing. Tim Cook is a wizard, confirmed. The man is magic. He went to Hogwarts and is also Gandalf. Next up, of course, a lot of you go crazy over this. I totally understand why. Mac Mini. We got a new one. M2 and M2 Pro Mac Mini. Don't worry, you didn't think we were going to leave you hanging now, did you, honey? The Mac Mini has been consistently the cheapest, easiest way to get consumers into a Mac, and Apple knows just how powerful that aspect of the Mac Mini is. And they make it apparent each time they update this tiny little boy. This time, it's no different. Of course, same design, but like, does that matter, really? It still looks great, the design still holds up. And even more so than the last time with the M1 Mac Mini, Apple actually decided to give customers the option of a Mac Mini featuring a Pro chip, the M2 Pro. That is so... Listen, I know we joke a lot on this show and exaggerate a lot and, noises, but that is seriously awesome. That's great. That's great news. Back in the day, like 10 years ago when I started this channel, I would have kicked a small baby directly in the face for this thing. To have, at this price, to have this much power, baby! Power, baby! This move sets the precedent that not only does Apple consider the Mac Mini to be a valid choice for consumers, but Apple understands that even if you want to jump into the Mac at the cheapest price point, you might want that extra little performance jump. Seriously, the M2 Mac Mini starts at $599 or $499 with an EDU discount. You can finally get something for going to school. That is absurdly cheap. That is the best current deal in desktop computers. You cannot argue with me. You are wrong. And it's not even particularly close. Even just the base model chip, the M2 Mac Mini, is probably more power than 90% of people with a desktop at home will ever need. And it's only $599 and weighs less than my Subway sandwiches. Also available to order today. Shows up next week, you know, the thing. Of course, the new M2 Mac Mini has all the incredible performance and efficiency benefits that M2 brings, but the real kicker will always be the price. It really is that amazing with Apple Silicon. What a deal. In fact, what a different world we're living in, period, with Apple Silicon being around. Macs are just on a different level right now, and it's kind of getting scary. I feel like, I don't know, man, like we're watching a sci-fi horror movie where technology is being pushed to the limit and humans have taken this too far, that because of man's hubris and ever-wanting reaching of progress, we have tapped into powers that we should not have. It has summoned us a demon from an extra plane of existence that has come in and caused nothing but widespread chaos, destruction, laying waste to life on this planet as we know it, leaving us with a burning post-apocalyptic hellscape, where the people left here on this planet must fight each other for resources like in Mad Max or Fallout, and also have to fight the demon. Anyway, so yeah, those new M2 Pro Max are pretty cool. Pretty neat stuff.